Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. I'm Rodo Alvarez, and I'm your special host today. With me is Ms. Tara Cabantigan. Hi, Tara, how are you?
Hi, Rodo. I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you for joining us, Tara.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you here, Tara. I know you're a busy woman. Um, just to remind everyone, if by any chance you have any doubt, concerns, or would like to go further, any of the details that we're going to talk about here today, feel free to drop me a line to my email address, which is rodolfoalvarez@namutravel.com, as you see it on the screen. What we're going to do today over the next half hour is that we're going to have a short presentation about a guide to a family vacation, and we're going to take questions at the end of the presentation. Simply feel free to drop up your questions on the chat text box you see on the screen. Our agenda today, it's real quick. We're going to talk about the different family personalities that it's very important to understand to start building vacation plans. We're going to go over the three main destinations in Costa Rica that we believe that that suits best for family vacations, along with some hotel choices. And we're also going to talk about some tours. At the end, like I said, we're going to take your questions. Also important, we're going to be sending to every one of you who has joined us and previously signed up a checklist, a family checklist that is going to help you packing and having everything set before you come to Costa Rica. That is going to be sent through an email at the end of our conversation. But also stay tuned for a special promo that we're going to launch at the end of our webinar. Now, going back to Tara. Tara, she's from Maine, and she's been living in Costa Rica for over 23 years now. She's been in Costa Rica vacations for over 6 years. She's married to a local Tico guide and mother of two. And I know you, Tara, work extensively and for some time in Arenal area, right, Tara?
That's correct. Yeah. Yep. I've been living here for over 20 years and love traveling the country with my family. And I'm happy to share that info with my clients.
Yes, it's also important because that way they feel that they're talking to someone that it's who knows what's going on, and it's a reliable source of information.
Yes.
Okay, so Tara, going back to Costa Rica, as overall you know, Costa Rica is located in the Central Americas, very close to the United States and the Canada area. There are daily direct flights from most of the major U.S. cities, as you see on the screen. So that makes the country a very good destination to come because you don't have to spend long, extensive hours on the plane.
That's right.
And yes, so Tara, talking about the family personalities, tell us a bit what is it that you do that makes the family vacations of your clients so memorable?
Right. Well, when people reach out to us to plan a vacation for their family, it's always important to hear what they envision for their family in Costa Rica, which activities everyone's interested in doing, and very important to hear the kids' ages or range of ages so that we can figure out which is the best area for them and which are the best activities for them.
That's true. Just in case they want to know if there are toddlers, preschoolers, teens, and then understand if they want like a passive or active vacation.
Exactly, yeah. And usually people want a combination of the two, but we can really put together a vacation package that will suit anyone's needs.
That's true. That's true. And I'm also, like it helps everyone understand better the logistics of their vacations because, as you know, Costa Rica is a mountainous region, so there are different factors that has to be taken into consideration, and only a person, an expert, can actually save you a lot of time while you're doing that.
Right. Yeah, I think people are unsure of where to start or how to get from place to place, and we can take care of all of that. We can figure out what works the best logistically. You don't have to rent a car and drive. We've got great transportation companies that we work with that have bilingual drivers, and they can stop along the way if you need to stop with your kids and get a bite to eat or get use the bathroom. So it's a really comfortable way to
That's
travel.
true. And they don't have to really worry about anything, just simply enjoy the scenery. And as you mentioned, some of them they have Wi-Fi on board and snacks, so it's really easy to entertain your children while you're checking your emails, you know.
Right. So much better to be able to relax than to have to worry about navigating the roads here.
Yes, that's true. And another thing that I would like to say to our audience today is that the photos that you're going to see during our presentations, they're photos from our clients that they have kindly shared with us. So if there's any one of you among the audience, thank you very much. And it's always a pleasure to see you. Tara, well, how about if we start talking about the different areas in the country?
Sure, let's get started.
Okay, so the Arenal volcano area, Tara.
The Arenal volcano is one of my favorite parts of the country. It's a really unique area that's beautiful. It's inland, so if people have 7 nights to stay in Costa Rica, I usually recommend spending at least 3 nights at the Arenal volcano, especially if they want to have an active vacation. This is a great area to do zip lines, which a lot of people are interested in. Tons of other activities as well, like horseback riding, whitewater rafting. If you want something more adventurous, this is where you can do rappelling and waterfalls, great hikes. So I do recommend this area. If you've got 7 nights, I do recommend at least 3 nights here. And we work with lots of family-friendly hotels in this area.
That's true. That's true. And another thing that makes this area really convenient is that it's really close to both international airports. It's just around 3 hours drive from any of those, either on the Pacific in Liberia or the San Jose International Airport.
Correct. Yeah, those are our two international airports, and we can pick you up at either one. Whichever airfare is cheaper too, then that's the one people usually fly into.
That's true. That's true. And we're going to start talking now about some hotel options. Again, it's important to let our audience know that these are just some of the ones that we strongly believe that work very well with families, but the list is not extensive. There are other choices available to consider.
That's right. Yeah, we're selective about the properties that we work with, so they're all going to be nice, but then we do have our go-to hotels that we do like to recommend for families, and this
That's
is
true.
one of them.
That's true. I was just about to say the Arenal Manoa Hotel.
Yeah, I love this one. Very spacious rooms, beautiful volcano views, really nicely landscaped. They've got a great family pool, and the restaurants are excellent. Breakfast is included with your stay here. And if you have a family of four, then you can take a room with two queen size beds. And if you've got more children, or if you want to spread out a bit more, they have connecting rooms available, which is great for families. And they also have a working farm. This hotel is actually owned by a Costa Rican family, and they were in farming before they got into the hotel business. And they still keep the farm, so it's a nice thing to go visit and see the pigs and the cows and see how a farm works here.
That's correct. That's correct. And let's take a look now at the Arenal Springs.
Yep, this is another great option for families. They've got the casitas, which are individual cabins. Again, the rooms here are spacious. Another nice thing about Arenal Springs is they've got hot springs on the property. There are a few hotels in the Arenal volcano area that have hot springs that you can pay for a day pass to go visit. This one has hot springs right on the property. They've got a shuttle to the town of La Fortuna, which is nice because it's just about a 10-minute drive. And if you want to
Yes.
eat your meals off the property, then La Fortuna's got some great restaurants, and we can always make recommendations if you're going to do that. And it's a good place to do souvenir shopping as well.
Yeah, and another thing that I like about this hotel is the sushi bar that they have right at the pool. So, you know, like you can have zipping your cocktails, you could be zipping your cocktails and, you know, like grab yourself a couple of sushi rolls.
Yeah, what a treat to be able to order your sushi right from the
Sure.
pool.
Yeah, that's true. Um, the next one is the Volcano Lodge.
Yep, and this is another great option too, another one with a kids pool. And most of the hotels that we work with in this area are on big properties, so this one included. There are hiking trails, two queen beds in each room, which is good for a family of four, or you can get a couple of rooms if you have more children. And then for smaller kids, it's nice to have the playground right there on the property.
Yes. What I also like about this hotel, as you mentioned, is the kids pool, because it kind of gives you that like a private sensation, like like privacy, because not many people go there actually.
Right, right. And it's not like taking your children to a romantic hotel where you're worried about the guests, about the kids making noise. You can feel comfortable in the kids' pool.
Yes, and the gardens are beautiful as well.
Yeah, gorgeous.
And we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one, which is the Springs Resort.
Yeah, if you're looking for something a bit more upscale, this is a great option for families. They've got lots of activities on property. Their Club Rio is great because it's got horseback riding, tubing, kayaking. There's even a climbing wall there. You can do nature hikes. They've got lots of two-bedroom options too, which is nice for families. And the hot springs are gorgeous. And this is a hotel too that you could pay for a day pass for and go visit the hot springs or do a tour at their Club Rio.
What I like about the Club Rio, that now that you mentioned Tara, is that even the younger ones can enjoy it because they have an animal rescue center, so they can actually see very, very close the wildcats of the Central American region.
That's true. Yeah, these are cats that have been rescued from different situations, and so they're relocated here at the springs, and you can go check out lots of cats that you probably wouldn't run into just on your own outside of the property. So it's nice to be able to see the cats that are here.
Yes, that's true. And now we move to the combination that you mentioned at the beginning, making a combination between the Arenal volcano area where the rainforest is and most of the actions for adventurous activities are located, along with the beach. We're going to take two areas of that. And that is Manuel Antonio and the Guanacaste area up in the North Pacific. We're going to start talking about Manuel Antonio, but before we do that, I'd like to remind you guys to feel free to drop us your questions, as some people are doing now, into the chat box you see below the screen, and we're going to be taking all of them when we finish our conversation, okay? So Tara, Manuel Antonio.
Yeah, Manuel Antonio and Arenal are kind of the classic Costa Rica combination. Manuel Antonio is on the central Pacific coast. It's about a 3-hour drive from the San Jose airport. So this is a great area to visit if you want rainforest and beach. Manuel Antonio National Park is one of the top national parks in the world. This is wonderful for families because it's not a huge park, so it's easy to navigate on your own. And there are beaches inside the national park where you can see lots of animals. Monkeys are a pretty sure bet inside the park, and also lots of great family-friendly hotels here.
That's true. And also, what I like about this area as well is this, as you mentioned, that the rainforest and the beach are combined together. But if by any reason, like sometimes parents are busy and they don't have the time to come to the tropics for as much as they want to for a week, and they only have like a weekend or 4 or 5 days, Manuel Antonio might be the place that would fit them best if they just want to stay for 3, 5 nights here.
I agree. Yeah. If people have less time, this is the place where I recommend that they go to get the most out of one destination. Like you said, the rainforest and the beach combination, lots of activities in this area. So you're really not missing out if you just have a few days and you want to stick with one destination. Manuel Antonio's the one I recommend.
Yes, and we're going to start talking about the Sea Common or Resort Hotel as the first one to recommend.
Yeah, this is a great hotel for families. It has a very tropical feel to it. Again, the rooms are spacious. They've got the family pool option. They have an adult-only pool too, so you've got the two. And this is very unusual, but they've got a movie theater on the property and they show movies every night, so that's great.
Yes, that's
Um,
true.
yeah, and then the free shuttle to the beach. See, como no, like a lot of hotels in Manuel Antonio are kind of built up on the hill for the view of the water, but you've got the free shuttle that goes several times throughout the day down to the beach and back, and it's only about a 5-minute drive, so it's very comfortable.
And I also like, again, about these hotels, I think another special feature that makes this hotel unique is the nature reserve that they have inside of their nature reserve, beside the trails that you actually can walk into the forest. They also have a butterfly farm and some crocodiles in there so that people can see it as well as the kids.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it's right across the street from the hotel. It's a beautiful reserve, and you get a bit of nature, and it's complimentary if you're staying at the hotel.
That's right. And now we're talking about the Parador Resort.
Yep, this is another go-to property that I use for families staying in Manuel Antonio. It's a big, spacious property, beautiful pool. They've also got the option of connecting rooms, or for a family of four, they've got lots of rooms available that have two queen-size beds. There's a little beach that you can walk down to from the Parador, but if you want to go to the public beach in Manuel Antonio, this is another hotel that offers a free shuttle throughout the day. And this property has lots of amenities. So if you're interested in playing tennis, going to the fitness center, you've got that too.
As well as the spa, which might be very nice for the parents to relax as the kids are having fun.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I know what that's like. So, and now the Buena Vista Hotel, the Buena Vista Villas.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite properties in Costa Rica. And again, it's a higher end property, but if you're looking for something with 2 or 3 bedrooms in the Manuel Antonio area, this is the one that you want to stay at. They're just absolutely gorgeous villas with a big, spacious living room, full kitchen. So if you don't want to go to one of the restaurants that's on the property or just a short walk away, you can cook right there. And there's a supermarket that you can walk to from the hotel, or they'll also stock the kitchen. Absolutely gorgeous. And you can see in the pictures too, monkeys like to climb up onto the balcony. Every time I've stayed there with my family, we've had visits from monkeys, and they've got the gorgeous jacuzzi on the balcony with the views, so you really can't go wrong with Buena Vista Villas. The only issue I have with this property is sometimes it's real difficult to find space.
Yep, and or live in the area once you're there because it's really, really nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Because what I like about this hotel and about my previous stays at Buena Vista is that the private beach. It's really easy to walk down there to the beach, and they have boogie boards and the kayaks available.
Yep, that's right. It's a big sprawling property, and the way that it's situated, their beach is private. It's great for swimming. Also, like you said, they've got the complimentary boogie boards and kayaks that you can borrow right there. Chairs are set up. You can get towels down there, so it's really comfortable, really nice.
Yes, and now let's move on to the Guanacaste area up in the North Pacific.
Yeah, I love Guanacaste. Beautiful beaches in that part of the country, and a big advantage to staying in Guanacaste, which is the province on the North Pacific coast, is that you're so close to the Liberia airport. That's the other international airport that we have in Costa Rica. As you can see, you're going to be any of the beaches that you go to in that area, you're going to be 20 minutes to an hour from the Liberia airport, which is nice when you're traveling with kids, not to have too much travel time.
Yes.
Um, yeah, and this tends to be the area where people go where they want to have, an upscale hotel that's right on a big white sand beach. This is the part of the country that you want to go to. And like it says there, if you're looking for a more relaxing vacation, just staying on the beach, this is a good option too.
Yes, and still there are plenty of choices to, amuse yourself and spend your time while you're on the beach.
True, yeah. If you want to just relax on the beach, you're fine. But if you want to do more activities, there are lots of national parks in the Guanacaste area, great fishing, lots of good water sports in that area.
And we're going to start talking about the Westin Resort.
Yeah, the Westin, it's one of the few all-inclusive hotels in Costa Rica. The all-inclusives are not as popular here as they are in some other countries because it's a really safe country to travel
It
around
is.
in and explore restaurants off the resort property. But when people ask about all-inclusives, this is the hotel that I usually recommend for families. They've got lots of good restaurants on the property. It's on a beautiful white sand beach. The kids club is great, lots of classes and activities throughout the day. They've got family suites with upgraded amenities. And then if people are looking to play tennis or golf, they can do that right there on the property.
And the golf course is really, really nice.
Yeah, world-class golf course.
Yes. And also the kids club, as you said, they have plenty of activities set up every day, the whole day. So really, you don't have to worry about the kids if you just want to, like have some time for yourself with your partner. This is a really good place to stay at.
True, the kids club you can take the kids to and it's open all day. And then if you do want a babysitter in the evening, you can pay extra for that.
Yeah. And the next one that we have is the JW Marriott Resort.
Yeah, this is a beautiful property. Everything you would expect of a JW Marriott quality resort, all of the amenities, and it happens to be on a beautiful beach. This is another property that's got a great golf course. The kids club is open all day too. Beautiful pool, and as it mentions there, this is on the Hacienda Pinilla property, which is a big sprawling property, and it's a residential area as well. So they've got a shuttle that can take you to the other beaches that are on the property, and that's definitely worth exploring if you're going to stay at the JW Marriott.
One feature that I like about this hotel, Tara, is the architecture. It evokes these Guanacaste haciendas from the late 19th century, early 20th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
yeah,
it feels really nice. It's spacious and the airflow really nice. So you don't feel like like you're packed in one of these buildings as it could be in anywhere else.
yeah, it's true. It's got a real luxurious kind of Spanish colonial feel to it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and let's take the next one, which is the Mangrove Hotel in Panama Beach.
Yeah, this is a great newer property. I visited it for the first time in November and I was really impressed with it. I think it's a great spot for families with young kids because the beach is so calm there. And the beach club is amazing. They've got kayaks and stand-up paddle boards. If you haven't tried that yet, I would recommend trying it if you're staying here. No big waves to knock you over, so that's the perfect learning environment.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, and the food is amazing. Outstanding food.
Yes, and as you said, the water might be like one feature to always remember for this hotel because it's really really calm. Looks like another pool.
It's true, yes. Yeah, it's very calm and clear. So that's something else that we take into consideration, the children's ages. But as you can see, it's got a very modern, kind of sophisticated feel to it. So it's also good for families with older kids too. But the beach itself is very calm for young kids.
And how about if we start talking about the tours now, Tara?
Okay, great.
So, okay, now we have the hotels, and what do we do while we're there?
That's right. So we'll start with the Arenal volcano area.
Yes.
And like I mentioned, this tends to be the more active part of the vacation. It's a great place to do zip lining, although if you don't end up going to the Arenal volcano, there are zip lines in other parts of the country too, so you don't have to worry about that. It's got the hot springs, which I highly recommend. If you're going to go to the Arenal volcano area, you really need to visit some hot springs, whether you have them at your hotel or you pay for a day pass or you do a tour. Definitely something you want to do. And then again, if you want to do, as you can see there, that's waterfall rappelling. If you're more adventurous, I highly recommend that.
And
Just tons
and
of
I also
activities.
recommend, Tara, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but well, what about if we say, oh, I'm traveling with my grandchildren, like, so for young children and grandparents, they can actually do a safari float together, going there to one of the rivers in the area or going to the Caño Negro wetlands.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a great the safari float and the Caño Negro tour are great if you have a wide range of ages. Really young kids can do that and older people as well. You don't have to be too mobile to do those tours. So it's a nice combination.
How about Manuel Antonio?
Manuel Antonio, like we said, this is a great spot. If you only have time for one destination, Manuel Antonio is good for that. There are beautiful hikes in that area. It's a good place for lots of different water sports like kayaking, snorkeling. You could do a catamaran tour, horseback riding, whether you want to go horseback riding on the beach or to waterfalls. You can do that in Manuel Antonio. And there's a great zip line tour there too. So lots to do. Parasailing, ATVs, if you're looking for something more adventurous, you can do all that in Manuel Antonio.
That's true, and also the Manuel Antonio National Park, as we see on the screen right now. But I'd like to go ahead and move on to the Guanacaste area.
Okay, yeah, and Guanacaste, we just touched on that, but it's beautiful beaches in that area, great water sports too. So if you're looking to do fishing, Guanacaste is a great area for that. Scuba diving, that's probably the best in the country in that area. Lots of golf, snorkeling, anything that you can think of doing that you'd want to do in the ocean, you can do in Guanacaste. And they've got some national parks inland that are really beautiful for hikes too.
Yes, that's true. National parks there are amazing.
Hmm.
And now, Tara, um, I want to go ahead and talk about the checklist that we have here at Costa Rican Vacations for our clients. Besides it is designed as a checklist itself to tell you what to bring to Costa Rica. What I like about this is also has tips of what not to pack. You know, it's designed for 4 family members, as you see there on the
Hmm.
names. So if your family is bigger than that, it's really, really simple. Just print an extra sheet and you're done. And you can actually have your kids helping you pack in because it has a playful design, so it animates your kids to help you with. Again, this packing list, checklist, I'm sorry, will be sent to you after we finish our conversation via email. And for those of you who didn't previously sign up for our webinar, simply feel free to click on the yellow box that you see below the screen, enter your email, and you will be getting this checklist as well. Okay?
Yeah, it's a great checklist. I highly recommend getting it. Really important, useful information. And also, when you're packing in a rush, there are a lot of things that you kind of forget. So, going through this list is great to be able to do before you come down to Costa Rica.
Exactly. So I'm going to start taking questions right now. I have some, Tara, and I'm going
Okay.
to start with one that says, what about Monteverde and the cloud forests?
Yeah, people do ask about Monteverde frequently. That's the cloud forest area. It's pretty close. If you look at a map, it's pretty close to the Arenal volcano, but it's a little bit difficult to get to. So this is a destination that I recommend if you have more than 7 days and you want to explore a third destination in the country, then Monteverde is a great option. It does have a winding, kind of gravelly road. It's hard to get to. So probably with younger children, you'll want to steer clear. But if you've got older kids and more time and you're a big naturalist, then I would recommend it.
Yes, and I think that because usually people want to go there because they want to see the cloud forest, different habitats. So perhaps the Villa Blanca hotel might be a good option. You know, it has the same habitat, it's less crowded, it's more private, and it's certainly more convenient to go there, either from the San Jose airport or from the Arenal area.
That's true. It's a good alternative. If you want to visit the cloud forest and you don't want to go too far out of your way, Villa Blanca is really convenient. It's about an hour drive from the San Jose airport. And then if you continue on to the Arenal volcano, it's only 2 hours from there. So it's a good cloud forest destination.
I have another question. It says, do any of these hotels offer babysitting services? And if they do you recommend using them? We would like to be able to go for a dinner and leave the kids, but want to be sure that they're happy and safe.
Yes, a lot of the hotels do offer babysitting services. I would recommend if you're planning a vacation with us, and we have hotel options narrowed down for you, that you let us know that you're interested in having a babysitter, and then we can check with the hotel and make sure that they offer that. And like I said, we're selective about the properties that we work with, so we know that if they do offer babysitting, it's going to be a reliable babysitter that will speak English with your children. So not all the hotels offer that, but it is something that is offered.
Here's another one, Tara, that says, do the
Mhm.
transfers you offer include car seats for younger children?
They do, yeah. And once we're talking about your family, we'll have a good idea of if your children need car seats or not, depending on their height and weight and age. And so we can just let the transfer companies know what size your children are and ask them to bring a car seat for you.
Okay. There are other questions right now, Tara, that we don't have the time to answer them all, unfortunately. But due to the great success that we have had here to date, I'd like to go ahead and make an announcement. How about that?
That's great.
Yeah, for anyone who's ready to make an inquiry in the next 2 weeks. We have a special promo, and we're going to be heading giving everyone a 5% discount on any vacation package that you actually buy with us. As you see on the screen, our emails are in there, so please feel free to drop me back or drop Tara back an email back with the subject line family webinar. This is very important because that way we can identify you and we're going to be able to give you the 5% discount. Again, on the subject line, please feel free to go ahead and use the family webinar code to identify yourself as one of the attendees today here with us. Also, um, I'd like to go ahead and invite everyone for our next webinar, which is going to be about the all-inclusive hotels in Costa Rica. Why yes and why not, Tara?
Why yes and why not?
Yes, it's sometimes people they want to come and they just want to stay at one of these hotels, but not all of the options available. As you said, Costa Rica is not a very popular country for all-inclusive hotels. Joining me that day will be Ms. Teresa Parent, which is another travel consultant here in the company, and that is going to be on March the 25th. That is a Wednesday, and it's going to be at the same time. Again, March the 25th. So Tara, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me, and I look forward to hearing from everyone that's listened and helping you plan your family vacations.
Thank you, Tara. It's always a pleasure to have you here, and we look forward to getting people sending those inquiries to our emails.
Great. Thanks again, Rodo.
Thank you, and thank you everyone who have joined us today. We look forward to seeing you soon. And again, our next webinar is going to be about all-inclusive hotels on March the 25th. Thank you for joining us, and you have a great day.
Bye.